If you told us a year ago that we were going to be in Albania, I'd be like, you're crazy.
So we're about to fly to Albania, and I'm a little nervous because everyone we've told where we're going to go, they're always responding like, why are we going to Albania?
We had never been to Albania, and so it was time to pay the country a visit.
So we're taking the bus, we're gonna take the cheap option. Takes us all the way to the center of town, and it's like 300 lek, which is like $2. It's perfect.
And so we head off to explore Tirana, the capital city, which a few months ago we didn't even know existed.
But I've been researching Albania for the last couple of months, and I know how much history is here, how beautiful the culture is, and how there's no one here, so we got it all to ourselves.
So it's our first time here in Albania, and before our trip here, I didn't really know if I could even pinpoint where it was on the map, and I for sure didn't know anything about the country. So I think we can start this video with a quick 2-minute history from Denny.
All right, don't click away because it's history. I'm a history teacher. I'll try to keep it fun. So we're standing in Skanderberg Square, and behind me is, of course, a statue of Skanderberg. He was an Albanian nobleman who brought some Albanian groups together to rebel against the Ottomans. Today, in the 21st century, he is the national hero. You can kind of think of him like the George Washington of Albania. And since we just saw Skanderberg, the flag is very similar to the one he would have used to resist the Ottomans, which has the double-headed eagle with the red background, red standing for bravery. But if you've ever heard of Albania, you've most likely heard of all of their bunkers. After World War II, Enver Hoxha and his party, Communist Party, took control of Albania, and they were quite paranoid. They thought they were going to be invaded from all sides. So they built these bunkers all over the city. So let's check a bunker out. The things I do for YouTube. All right. So you can see here that there would have been 2 holes for 2 people, and they would have been able to see an invading force coming down the road. Now let's get the hell out of here. Oh, I just stepped in water. It's not good. But that's not all Enver Hoxha did. He wanted to control the population. He wanted to control what they thought, how they voted, and what they believed. So one of the things that he wanted to get rid of was religion, which is why, even though this is a Muslim country, you won't find many old mosques, except the one that's right behind me that hails from the 18th century. The Albanian people are putting Enver Hoxha in that time period behind them. The Enver Hoxha pyramid that you see behind us is being renovated. His name is taken off, and it's going to be used for public classes, support, whatever they need. So essentially, the Albanian people are moving into the modern era. But what is modern Albania like now? Well, they've definitely spiced up the city. The former mayor added all of these bright colors to give some life to that communist architecture. And all around the city, you'll see new modern architecture like the one that's right behind Nikki.
And that's enough of the history. Now it's time to explore Albania, and we're going to start in a communist museum cafe. And that's going to be extremely interesting. It's a cafe where you can drink coffee and mountain tea and whatever other beverage. And in the cafe, you'll see lots of old artifacts and stuff from the communist time.
Can't wait.
And I have my mountain tea, which you also had in Greece, but here in Albania, they also have their dried flowers, leaves, and stems that they brew here in their waters, and they also used to use it for medicinal purposes. It also tastes really good. It's fun to be in a cafe where you have those old clothing and artifacts and books laying around, and you can kind of look around as you drink your tea. And another first impression is that, oh my gosh, you just have to walk in traffic and hope no one hits you.
Almost died.
They have pedestrian paths here, but cars do not really stop unless you claim your spot on the road, walk, and make them stop. So we've been doing that, and so far, it's going pretty good.
We only do it if we see someone else doing it.
If we see someone else do it, but we still do it.
all caffeined up, and that's something I do like about Albania is their coffee culture.
Yes.
You'll walk around, you'll see a lot of cafes.
Yep.
People are sitting out drinking espressos. It's Italian influence, right? Because
Yeah.
they're so close to Italy.
Now we're going to explore more of the culture here, and we're gonna go to the market and see what they sell there. And then we also notice as we're making our way down the market that there's a lot of green spaces here in Albania, or at least in Tirana. Lots of parks where people are hanging out, kids are playing. It's a pretty green city.
And we're walking it.
And we're walking it.
I have to say, I do see a lot of bikes here,
Yes.
but I would not dare
Biking
bike in the city.
traffic, no.
Right, so now we're on this street with a bunch of cafes, and like we were saying before, there's a huge coffee culture here, and the cafes look really interesting, right? They have a great vibe, lots of nature, and I could spend a lot of time there. If you told us a year ago that we were going to be in Albania, I'd be like, you're crazy.
I would not have believed you, no. And because many people don't really visit the Balkans, so we don't know anyone who's been here. I had lots of assumptions, but now that we're here, it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, I cannot wait to explore the country.
Yes. Are you ready?
Just follow the locals. This guy in front of me was really confident, so I was just following his lead.
You survived another walkway.
Going to the markets is one of the funnest things you can do when you go to a new city. You get to see the local vegetables, the local drinks, and you have to talk to the local people. So let's see what we can find.
Mountain teas and dates and
Right.
nuts and vegetables.
I want to buy something. I just don't know what to buy.
Hi. Hi, Sandmira. Where are you going?
What is it?
Don't you?
I think we're about to be sold something.
Let's buy a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Is that good? Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes that happens when you travel.
She got me there. I have no idea what I bought. I think it's a fruit that grows in a tree. Anyways, Denny dropped €2 from his pocket and she's like, oh yeah, let's take that one.
But so if they're gonna get you to try something, then that means you pretty much have to buy.
She was already grabbing the bag and filling it up, but
Yeah.
that's okay. We got some unidentified objects in this bag.
All right, so let's see what we bought for €2.
You just eat the whole thing.
Oh.
I don't know.
It's not very good.
No.
That's what's so fun about travel, right? Is that you you end up learning a lot, right? Like how not to get ripped off. So we were talking about very cute cafes, and we found one.
So what I really like about the restaurants here in Albania, and there are many, they're always so nicely decorated with things hanging on the ceilings, lots of plants and flowers, trees in the middle of the restaurants. The vibe is right, that's for sure.
And we're not going to be eating any traditional Albanian food today because we've been missing pizza. And since there's such a big influence of the Italian cuisine here, that's what we're gonna be eating.
We move on to a mountain to get some up-top views of Tirana. But to get there, we had to take the bus, which was interesting.
The bus driver stopped and waved down another staff bus for us to go to the top. So we had to transfer buses. I don't know why. So I think the bus driver just let us go with the staff bus to the top. Pretty cool.
eating.
Okay, so we didn't really introduce where we were going, but it's a cable car that's going to take us to the top of a mountain that's going to overlook Tirana.
Oh my god, this is kind of scary.
Ooh.
I thought we were going way slower, and then all of a sudden I just amped up the speed. It's cold.
It is a little cold. I guess we didn't think about going to the top of the mountain, that might lower the temperature a bit.
Yeah. You can see all of Tirana, but it's a little hard to see. We don't know why, if it's because of the pollution or the way the sun is setting. But it's a little hard to see, but you still see the outline of the city. You see all the mountainous terrain of Albania.
So, first impressions of Tirana. I love all their green spaces. I like how many things there are to do in the city because it has such an awesome history that you can go and kind of explore.
Yes, and one of the assumptions I had, one of the Balkan countries or former communist regimes, is that it wouldn't be as modern. But the city is actually pretty modern. The buildings look very nice.
Yeah.
And it's colorful.
Yeah.
One thing I did notice is that most people here are white, or you see some other colored people from like maybe Italy or Greece.
Yeah.
But you don't really see a lot of darker people in the city.
Yeah.
Something I noticed, not that anyone has been mean or negative towards me or us. That's just something I noticed. The people are really friendly.
We only saw like one black person the entire time we've been here, and that's Nikki. Oh, and I cannot leave this out.
No.
If you're a smoker, you're gonna love this country.
Yep.
Because you can smoke anywhere you want. Yeah. We're looking right into the sun. Jesus.